Firearms training industry, exercising your Second Amendment. As long as there are gun owners, there will be a demand for people to train gun owners. The passion behind my drive. It started as a young boy with the Boy Scouts of America and family members that were in law enforcement. And then it was more amplified during my time in the U.S. Marine Corps as an infantryman, where obviously we primarily handled weapons. I also was a squad leader and a team leader where we actually engaged in training, and I found that to be satisfying, helping people understand the weapon systems. Continued after the Marine Corps when I became an NRA certified instructor and a Rangemaster certified instructor. And all of this has led to the drive I have to one day open my own shooting range where I can instruct people and have a larger training facility. Where I'm strong. The firearms industry, especially in training, it's a very competitive field. There's a lot of people that are involved in it, and there's actually people with more qualifications than I have. But less than 1% of veterans are combat veterans, so if I'm going to teach people self-defense and how to help themselves, it helps that I've actually been in situations where I've had to do it. I'm certified in 9 different NRA fields. The NRA is the standard in firearms training, so having 9 certifications under my belt definitely helps. Pursuing my bachelor's degree, and hopefully maybe afterwards, if I have enough on my GI Bill, my master's degree. Like I said, I was a squad leader where I led 8 to 15 Marines in daily combat operations as well as the training leading up to combat, deploying. And I'm very energetic, I'm outgoing, I'm friendly, and I have this ability to teach people something that might seem complicated. I have a very good method of breaking it down and making it understandable. My weaknesses, my organizational skills could absolutely use some work. I have I have a tendency to take on more than I can accomplish. Like I said, it's also a competitive industry, and there's a lot of people in this industry that have more qualifications than I do. And there's also a lot of opposition from anti-gun people. The industry forecast, the firearms industry as a whole has been steadily increasing with high spikes. Anytime there's a spike, it's usually because of some political regulation that might be enforced or that is enforced. May 2013 was the highest May in NICS history for background checks on gun owners. May 2014 was 9.9% lower than 2013, but 2014 was 4% higher than 2012, which 2013 was a Sandy Hook and all the regulations that came down from there. So you can see it was a steady rise with a little drop and then a continued steady rise. As long as firearms are being bought and sold, people possessing them, people will need training. There's always going to be a demand for it. And the firearms industry as a whole is a $4 billion a year industry. As you can see here in the chart, I mean, you have a little bit of regulation right here, but for the most part, it's a steady rise. Where it gets cloudy is it's subject to government policy and regulation. It's very political. There's constant opposition in Congress. It faces harsh criticism and control from the anti-gun crowd. It's very regulated, and it's a high liability industry. Anytime somebody uses a gun in a self-defense situation, my name is on that bullet as well as theirs. Morality is of the essence in this industry. You have to be a moral person. You can't train people that shouldn't be trained. And you also face the challenge of non-lethal weaponry, which has emerged as of late. The most admirable company in this field to me is the NRA. It's the oldest established protector of your Second Amendment rights since 1871. It's founded to promote proper firearms handling and shooting techniques. Never in history have they ever denied African Americans or women right to membership. That's unprecedented in any industry, even during the Civil Rights Movement. And they constantly give back to the NRA Foundation, to companies or organizations such as the Boy Scouts of America. The impact of the NRA, it's an incredible asset to the firearms industry. Throughout their lobbying and protection of the Second Amendment, it set the standard for firearms training. It ensures that their curriculum is above any standard for creating responsible gun owners, generates substantial revenues through membership, apparel, training, events, and other fields. My future with the NRA, like I said, I'm an NRA instructor. I have no intention of working for the NRA. However, if I did, I would want to be a training counselor, which is a member of the NRA that trains instructors. And if I went past that, I would want to be the person that gives direct input on training curriculums, a director of training operations. This was a really difficult task for me because I'm self-employed. I have a couple businesses, and this was a very difficult challenge for me because I don't have a career that I want to get into. I'm already in it. Thank you very much.